Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 3 in a series between Liquid TLO and ATN Socke. Games 1 and Games 2, I gotta admit, I've never seen games end in that fashion at high-level play before, so very, very interesting. We'll see what goes down this time around as TLO is spawning as the red Terran player on the bottom left-hand side of Shakuras Plateau. Meanwhile, Socke spawning on the bottom right-hand side as the blue Protoss. Protoss versus Terran once more, and it looks as though both players will be opening up with a more standard build. I don't see any positioning for any proxy barracks or anything just like that yet. Supply depot being built rather close to home. We'll see what TLO does with his barracks placement. Shakuras Plateau, one of those maps where you always have to be at least a little bit careful, a little bit aware of what your opponent is doing. If you are not aware, you may be forced to fight some very, very uphill proxy play, which is rather dangerous, as we now see the probe already making its way down. It should be doing a bit of scouting already, and we should perhaps be seeing a gateway now come into play. There's the gateway now, as Socke most likely will be going for an assimilator next. The barracks also being built rather close to home by TLO. The one probe activating the Zelnaga tower, going to continue along its merry way to do a bit of scouting. TLO really favoring this build, having the supply depot and another barracks here, not quite sure why. And we'll see if he goes for his other 1-1-1 build without any add-ons. He was able to do that in Game 1 very, very effectively. And very effectively just using Hellions, Marines, one medevac, and also training up a Viking. So that was pretty impressive. Socke now getting some damage onto one of those SCVs. SCV now deciding to back off there as the SCV is starting to take a little bit of damage. SCV is coming back around to help his friend as a Marine is now being trained. TLO needs to set up another supply depot soon, as we now see a gateway and a cybernetics core. The second pylon obviously far away by Socke, wanting to make sure that one scanner sweep doesn't reveal all of his buildings. He wants to be able to hide another building somewhere else, as TLO is building that second supply depot. Where is that second supply depot? Right in there, right behind the Marines, right behind his barracks. We should be getting up a factory. Yes, there is that factory now. As that factory is being built, we should also be getting into a starport right behind it. And I don't see a second gash at the probes, however, being forced to pull back. Will not be able to do any additional scouting for at least quite some time. SCV trying to run away, taking some damage from that zealot, needs to look around for another pylon. He knows that another pylon has to be in place somewhere based upon the timings, or at least be warping in somewhere. I don't think the SCV will spot this high ground pylon over here on the top left-hand side of the map at all, as that SCV is now being forced to pull away. There are 3 Marines, a 4th Marine now being added as well. We should be getting, no more gas. So TLO deciding to stop harvesting gas and only going to be using Marines and Hellions. This is a strategy more common to a Zerg than, say, a Protoss, where you stop harvesting gas in order to get more minerals, and this could be for a command center, a rather earlier command center here. The Marines going to be fending off the Zealots and the probe. The Marines are being split all apart there. The probe was able to sneak by and able to get information on this command center. Very, very important to get that crucial information. And now most likely a Nexus will be warped in as well, as Socke knows that he's not going to be able to put down enough pressure. He could try to get some additional warp gates or gateways and then try to do a bit of a pressure push here, as the Marines and the Hellions trying to fight back here. Socke being able to pull back with that Stalker. He's only taken about only shield damage so far, as barracks now being added on as well. This Hellion moving off to the north side will be able to hold on to this Zelnaga tower for just a little bit, and then TLO needs to respond with his own and see if there is a Nexus coming in. He will spot that Nexus very easily. A Stalker now coming down to it and just shut down this one Hellion. Is the force field going to come up in time? No force field. The Hellion will be able to back off. Hellion down to 28 hit points, dangerously low on hit points. Only 3 more shots will shut it down. There's 1, there's 2. Oh, the stutter step, not enough. 1 more shot would have done it. I think that Stalker could have actually dealt a little bit more damage, as an SCV now perhaps going to try to start repairing. The SCVs are repairing it, and the Stalkers are being forced to pull back here. The Marines, SCVs are repairing, doing a good job there. One Stalker does get destroyed. TLO getting a little overzealous, not able to continue to repair it as the two Hellions trying to battle out against that Stalker. That Stalker has taken a lot of damage already, and it may get destroyed. It needs to focus down the lower hit point Stalker. Another Hellion getting destroyed, so a very bad engagement so far. Socke now down to a 4 hit point and a 9 hit point Stalker, able to retreat and return home. But that is going to be permanent damage on all of those units. He did lose a lot of units, though. 300 versus 150. Oh, if you guys didn't read any of the patch notes, one of the patch notes says that if a unit was repaired and then destroyed, the resources that were used to repair it will also be calculated in the losses as well. So the losses tabs will be even more accurate coming in from the Terran side. So I look forward to that as a planetary fortress that gets repaired for 7,000 hit points. Definitely worth more than just the total cost of its currently being built. Hellion trying to test the waters, quickly getting shooed away by a couple of Stalkers once again. We are going into a starport and also getting Ghost as well. I do not think the Ghost Academy has the Mobius reactor. No, it does not, as we can see an observer flying around. We are currently getting, I believe, Stim Pack, double tech labs, one starport, one factory, no Banshees as of yet. Sentries and the Stalkers are going to be doing a push out, and getting them some force fields down, trapping those Hellions, and a nice trap there by Socke. Socke taking a very early lead now in the total losses category. But TLO does have a lot of mules, and he has 5 mules in play, so that is definitely going to pump up his economy, getting him a very large number, getting a large number of Marines, Marauders, and Hellions. But there are no Vikings in play yet to shut down the Colossi, which will be coming in. Also, the Sentries could throw up some Guardian shields as the Marauders are now trying to engage. In comes some force fields. Marines caught on the wrong side. Will they be able to get picked up? Yes, picked up in time. Dropped back down. More force fields. EMP Shockwave destroying a lot of the shields as Stalkers now getting destroyed. The Marines do not have Stim, unable to shut it down. One sentry may get destroyed. Yes, it does get taken down. The rest of the sentries are still trying to run away, and it looks like they may get destroyed as well. No, not destroyed there, as the Hellions continuing to push once more. SCVs, I believe, they are not on auto repair, as another sentry getting taken down, another Hellion getting taken down as well. Are the SCVs auto repairing? No, they are just going to simply return home. Marines, Marauders, and one Ghost activating this Xel'Naga watchtower there, and we see a third command center being built. Stalkers now patrolling should be able to get sight of these of this one medevac coming into play. Are we going to see, yes, a forge now being added as well? The Stalkers are going to catch this, and TLO going to be in a bit of trouble. Marauders being dropped down. Marines now coming in as well. The Stalkers are all low on hit points, so that is going to be a very bad exchange there, as the Marauder that Marauder does get picked up as the medevac takes in 2 more shots once again. So the Marauders may be able to shoot up onto that high ground, even perhaps take down this pylon, as there's only one Stalker in that position. Observer still at the front door here. Decent saturation at all of the bases where players are currently mining. 3 Marauders down on the low ground. We'll see what's going to be happening as the army of Socke, now significantly larger, 12 food higher, and also 700 to 900 resources larger when you start to factor in the additional gas as well. Marauders, a massive drop maybe coming in. There's a scanner sweep. Is it going to be coming in? And yes, it is going to be coming in. The early medevac, why isn't it dropping? What is TLO doing? Finally dropping, but this is coming in a little bit late. The Marines and the Marauders, EMP Shockwave, both sides fighting in. Colossi now coming in as well, but TLO lost a lot of time here, now being forced to just pull back with the rest of these units, and TLO making a horrible miscalculation by not dropping those units and giving an additional 3 to 5 seconds for his opponent to respond. Socke moving with those Colossi over just in time, and now Socke with an even more and more sizable lead. You can see the army tabs much larger for Socke. Total food count, harvester count, 50 probes versus 61 SCVs. Orbital command now making its way off. Should be landing here in just a moment, but this is all being spotted by Socke. Socke may be able to shut it down with the Stalker to just shoot down this one orbital command. Is he going to make its way over in time? The Stalker is going to, I guess, let that go. I can't imagine that would actually be let go at all, as TLO perhaps going to land it over here at the starting location, thinking that he is so clever. Vikings, Marauders now pushing in. Guardian Shield is now up as well. Bunker going to get destroyed. Vikings going to shut down. EMP Shockwave dealing a lot of damage. SCVs desperately trying to repair. No force fields to prevent any of the repairing, as TLO fends off this attack. A lot of Zealots getting destroyed, as the Zealots now desperately try to run away. Colossi may push their way off into this expansion over here, and that should be enough to destroy it. A third Colossi now being added once more. Vikings are being added. What is happening here? Is that Zealot just going to push off push off over here and then shut down this one orbital command? You can see the Zealot now making its way off, and then that orbital command is not going to be able to land anywhere at all. The Vikings now looking to get more damage by shutting down more Colossi. Marauder is going to shut down this one pylon here, as Socke able to warp in more units at this Zelnaga tower. Couple Stalkers and Zealots up on the high ground as well. Excuse me, as an SCV quickly runs into some extended thermal lance lasers there. Orbital command should be landing here in just a moment, perhaps getting in a lot of mules. Colossi should be able to make it into that position with no problem. TLO, if he calls in all of those mules, will have a very, very large economy all of a sudden. That's if he does it. Yes, he is calling in 4 mules already at that expansion location. Could call in some additional mules as well. Zealots attempting to destroy. Perhaps they know or suspect something is over there. One ghost up on that high ground. And as the ghost going to perhaps spot it, the SCVs do spot this location here. Now trying to get some gas as well, but that expansion will quickly fall as the Stalkers, Medivacs, Vikings, SCVs, Marauders, and Ghosts are now on the move. The Colossi need to back off, but the Stalkers are going to be able to get down one of those Vikings. Another Viking destroyed. Marauders now pushing in. Stalkers do not have Blink. This Colossi needs to back off. It is low on hit points. EMP Shockwave hitting across the board. Vikings getting taken down. But I believe there should be enough Colossi to finish off all of those Marauders. And now the Stalkers are going to finish off those Vikings pretty easily. And now it is going to be a full retreat. Once more, the Zealots have taken down these rocks over here. Going to run straight into the third base. TLO going to be forced to lift off in just a moment, as Socke is running on 3 bases. Meanwhile, his opponent only going to be running off of 2, as all the mules are just getting destroyed. Scanner sweep, there is one Colossi or one Colossus left in the center. That missile turret will easily get taken down, as you can see TLO trying to just bunker down inside his base. The Zealots now taking down that orbital command. This command center will get destroyed. Vikings going after the Colossi. The Colossi taking a lot of damage so far, able to pull back. Looks like one Colossus is down. A second Colossus will get taken down. Node ever so barely able to escape, but the Marauders are continuing to push in once again. Slow concussive shells slowing down more of those Stalkers. So TLO says GG. Wow, so he did... Oh, okay, I missed this Warp Prism play. Alright, when did that happen? Alright, so there was a Warp Prism play at the same time as well. And it looks like it was in here for quite some time during this engagement here. So taking down a lot of the workers in the main base. How far back does this go? Oh yeah, so yeah, these Zealots were in here for quite some time, able to shut down all of the mining. The Vikings were able to shut down the Colossi here, but knowing that the Zealots would have been able to finish off this orbital command, perhaps, TLO pretty much knew it was good game already, putting multiple pressure at the 12 o'clock expansion location and also at the main base. You can see Socke pretty much mining off of 3 bases compared to TLO's 1, oversaturating at this location here. Yeah, not much you could really do. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 3 in the series. Stay tuned for Game 4.